Welcome to Voices Online TV, your trusted source for the latest news and developments in Sierra Leone. Today, we embark on a groundbreaking journey into the arts of our nation's digital. In a world where information flows seamlessly through screens and keyboards, new media has become a powerful from the energetic bloggers who bring fresh perspective to social media, influencers who amplify voices and stories. Sierra Leone's digital landscape is alive with innovation and engagement. In our new program, New Media Contribution to Development in Sierra Leone, we explore how these digital pioneers are transforming our nation. Join us as we dive into the world of online content creators and media innovators, discovering how their efforts are fostering growth, education, and empowerment across Sierra Leone. Tune in as we spotlight the voices behind the screens, unveil the impact of new media on our development journey. This is New Media Contribution to Development in Sierra Leone, only on Voices Online TV. Voices,
your trusted information hub.
Welcome to Voices Online TV.
Good morning and welcome to Voices Online TV. This is Voices Online TV breakfast program where they come to you from Monday to Friday. This program na program where they look at issues that they happen around the country. Where they bring come to you today edition of Voices at 7. Mina Arnold Felix Elba. Inside the program this morning, the deputy opposition leader to the parliament for the main opposition party APC don't say the government for be sincere when they implement the National Peace Agreement. According to the national coordinator of Sierra Leone Compact Development Unit Salon, don't they in a position for attract more foreign investors them because of the country don't sign the MCC Compact Energy Agreement. And at the studio this morning, we'll get Dr. Richard KONTEH'S who will come share with me in political aspiration and talk about the current political atmosphere in the country. This plus other interesting story there for you inside the program. So no go no side, continue for with me for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Yourself can be part of the program by way how you go like, share or comment, or you send me your opinion on what you will discuss inside the studio this morning. The program inside the studio, as I say earlier, I'll get Dr. Richard KONTEH'S at the studio. Doc, good morning, welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, Elba. Good morning, Fambudem. I'm a pleasure for the Naya this morning and for sharing my thoughts on a range of issues. Before
we take the first insert, you go to one name, the Unifier. Tell me about this name, the Unifier.
When you say Sierra Leone as a country divided along political lines, divided along regional lines, divided along even ethnic lines, and the extent to which this division they go and they affect even the well-being of Sierra Leoneans, even the chances of young Sierra Leoneans to actualize their potentials, the tensions where they build up. We believe, say, if you go unchecked, it not go all go well for the future of this country. So me and a group of friends and well-wishers say this has to stop. We get for try in we own little way for try for spread a message of peace, of unity, of harmony, for spread a conviction. Say we as Sierra Leoneans, we are one people and we can live together. Okay. And we can coexist regardless of the political, ethnic, or religious or other differences we may have. We can still see each other as brothers and sisters. We can disagree on issues, but agree on the fact that every Sierra Leonean needs to have an equal opportunity to actualize his or her own potentials. So we made, therefore, the need for unity for be the pivot around which all we aspirations they oscillate. Okay. So now we call we self-unifiers, and me as the leader of the team, being the unifier.
Okay, that's now Richard KONTEH'S, and you don't get a small bit of waiting the name unifier mean. Well, Doc, I'll come back to you. We'll look at the first issue inside the program this morning. The Independent Media Commission (IMC) they don't take back license and registration where them they don't give to media host them for where them fail for register the institution for the commission for the past 4 years. Inside this interview, James Tamba Leby, when a commissioner and IMC, tell Isabella Stanley the reason why IMC take them action there.
Yeah, yes. Last week we take an unprecedented decision for revoke the license and registrations of 155 media houses because they are in violation of Section 42 of the Independent Media Act of 2020. We get a new IMC, ushered in by a new IMC Act. The new IMC Act, when Independent Media Commission Act of 2020, they repeal and replace the whole IMC Act. Now, in the new IMC Act, Section 42 clearly states say all media houses that will don't exist before this new law, then for re-register with the Commission. So 4 years down the line, we'll get them media houses, then we renege, then no re-register. There is a second list, but that's for another discussion.
Okay.
This one are for primarily since the 2020 Act come into existence, they refuse to register. And because they're not registered 4 years down the line, we deem and say they are not, they are illegal and therefore should not operate. So whether they're functional or not, that's another matter. What is important is to know is that they don't violate the law for 4 years and they should be dealt with.
Okay, when I send a warning to them, say this don't happen, I need for you register, but they not comply.
On several occasions, the IMC gets an annual media inspection exercise where they go around the country. We don't tell them during workshops, we don't tell them during seminars, we don't tell them during meetings, we don't tell them, remind them of their obligations. But basically also, if you look at that media house, 90% of them dysfunctional, they know they operate. Then take space, then take spectrum, and then you know they operate. You understand? So if you can't, before now, if you ask me for the number of media houses the way Salon gets, if we give you the number, they say, but then Suboku, why Salon forget this number of media houses? The reality is that half of that number, they not a function. And if they're not a function, then they're not for control, continue for hold the space. So basically not that.
Okay, so being that Salon not forget enough media outlets.
No, not to that. We not constrict the space. That is not about it. Because newcomers are coming. They say, not hold the space, then it make it difficult for newcomers for coming. Release the space, let other people can come in. So, yes, so they promote media pluralism, but press freedom, but that freedom they go to responsibility. And one core responsibility now for ensure say you get in compliance with the law. That's it.
Okay, so 4 years now down the line, and now not try for revoke their license. I don't think so them go say maybe now for other reasons, also for just registration.
Well, no, see the thing is we do, we are damned. We don't, we are damned. That's the IMC. With the worker on a very tight rope between, on the one hand, promoting media freedom, press freedom, but on the other hand, also ensuring that we implement the law. So you get sections of the media where they say, but why it take this long for implement the law? But it gets also where they say, well, it is, in a democratic society, clamping down on the media risk raising eyebrows about the country in democratic credentials. So it take we this long because we try for talk to them. Say, if you know, say you interested in running the media, can't re-register. So it's about, if you like, creating the space for let media pluralism and media freedom exist. That ain't take we this long. But it don't reach a space where, it don't reach a point where we realize say enough is enough. We don't feel say that media houses that want to operate again and then continue for all space. So let them give up the space for the others that we want coming.
So we are, you want to say now just this 100 and over 100 media, they don't want to register. What I want them to do is still investing.
No, so far now this is the number in terms of re-registration. We get another category of media houses where we will fall under suspension. This one, they don't meet the then they don't re-register in line with the Section 42 of the IMC Act. But then they are in violation of Section 14 and 15 of the IMC Act, but also Section 19.
Okay.
Yeah. Section 14 and 15, they say if you're in a newspaper, annually for re-register, for renew license. If you're in an electronic media house, TV or radio, before renew your license annually. So we get media houses that way also don't violate that law there. Then we get the complaint committee, section 19 of the Act. They say it make provision for the complaint committee. Basically, we try for discourage the idea for let people and take journalists in a court or na police. So the IMC gets the complaint committee in a statutory body where there's some powers of the High Court. So if you bring a complaint against a journalist, the IMC complaint committee, they look into that. And if they look into that, then find a media wanting, then they impose a penalty in tandem with the law, the provisions of the law. And the law then will prescribe the punishments that the IMC regulations on print and electronic media. And during elections, the IMC regulation on reporting elections. But this is not election time. So over the years, since 2020 to now, a number of media houses have been found wanting.
Okay.
They don't levy punishment fines on them, so they don't tell them for retract, but they still not comply. Yeah.
Okay.
So also, then 3 categories of media of violations: failing to renew your registration, failing to renew your license, and failing to comply with the IMC complaint committee sanction. They incur a penalty. So then category of media, they will put them under suspension. We don't resolve, the board don't decide to take action, but then SLAG, when are the recognized parents association or body for journalists in the country, they in discussions with IMC for delay with action, whilst then they try for engage them for let them meet up to their obligations.
Okay, so if a journalist fall under one media house without violating the law, don't that journalist they get a case in a court? In that the
If you get case in a court?
Yes. In that IMC no go come in.
No, nothing not stop the public for going to court. You can go to IMC or you can choose for going to court, or both. So you know mean say if now on the same matter, on the same complaints, then we go ask a lawyer then for see whether we can still sit on them. But the IMC, nothing not stop the IMC for looking to a complaint, even when the complainants don't go to court back.
That's not be Commissioner James Tambalebi. If they talk to Isabella Stanley, but the media institution them over 100 where IMC don't take the license for we not meet the standards of the commission. The program will watch now Voices at 7. They come to live on Voices Online TV on Facebook and on YouTube. And we get the unifier, Dr. Richard KONTEH'S, at the studio this morning for can talk about political aspiration and other issues that would happen around the country. Doc, we don't talk small bit about the name unifier. And recently we see you do a ton of different parts of the world. Tell me about then town hall meetings there where you be all.
Well, every year I make a point of duty for me for reach out to Sierra Leoneans in and out of the country. I go around the country and talk to Sierra Leoneans, listen to their concerns, listen to their perspectives, listen to their views. And then I also reach out of the country, go to different countries around the world, also sit down with Sierra Leoneans for listen. One country where politicians they know they go no more, so na Canada.
Okay.
Oftentimes, if they have to go, if they get to go at all, then they stop now at Toronto. But this time, I decide to go as far as Vancouver. We're at the extreme end, when at 8 hours time difference with Salon. I go now Winnipeg, Manitoba, and then of course I can Toronto. In all of these places, I hold open town hall meetings where every Sierra Leonean, regardless of your political persuasion, can come and let's talk Sierra Leone. Let's address the issues And I dey open myself up for make person ask me any kind of question wey you feel for ask. So I've done this in Canada, I've done this in the United States, in different locations. I've done same in the UK.
Okay.
And so
So in all of this, what are the things that we pick out we are like concern to Sierra Leoneans then?
well, the cost of living, a very serious concern. And you know, say anything where they happen at Salome, they affect the people in the diaspora because now they receive the pressure. And so a very serious concern. Then also they get concerned about the cost of importing items. You know, when they ship items, na Sierra Leone for we people there, when they can Wataki for can receive these items, the complexities for clear their goods, and the amount of money whether they ask for them, when are just humanitarian items is so high, and plenty of them they end up for abandon. The things are the ports, some things that they even left, they are rotting. You know, and some of these things are donations from well-wishers out there with the canal. So then they feel frustrated. They're also seriously concerned about the human rights abuses, where they take will not get freedom of speech. This country, they don't shrink the space for people therefore express themselves on issues. It's very serious, and with this hearing from time to time issues about they don't beat this person here, they don't kill this person here, they don't choke this person here. You know, generally, the human rights abuse to the point that even the International Human Rights Commission don't raise serious concern about the human institution of this country. Very worrisome, you know, and also the issue about the opposition, where yes, we might have our own issues as an opposition, but at the same time, we don't find out, say, the space for the opposition for operate in a free, fair, transparent, democratic dispensation, you know, exist. You know, and the security forces, regrettably, are complicit in this whole scenario. And those things, then, as well, issues what they raise. And so, then the desire for make the country go change. Because plenty of them want to come back. Okay. And can contribute. But of course, if you not get a particular surname or you not belong to a particular political party, you not stand a chance. And that is not good enough for the country.
So how you come inside in all of this?
I'm a Sierra Leonean, I'm a businessman, I'm a small-time politician, so I'm concerned.
So now they don't want to stop small-time politician? You know, got aspiration for go above that?
Well, you see, politicians don't forever see themselves above, being above the people.
Now, what I mean,
it's about service.
Yes.
Okay. So therefore, me, a small person, Sierra Leone, one among 8 million people, so it's very small, and I get a desire for offer myself, for serve me people, when the time is ripe, and so before you do that, it's always good for take decisions from an informed point of view. You know, not just grab and say because you don't hear it now, they say election don't come, aspirant jamboree, all man they declare. No. I don't try one thing. You know, I don't learn some lessons. So if I want to go back, I not for just jump again. Because I don't get a fair idea about
how the process.
Beside the alligator, then they, beside the stone, then
so
they.
You will navigate to whatever.
So I get for consult a bit more. And right now, they're at the stage of those consultations, those listening tours, and those engaging with critical stakeholders. Eventually, I will take a decision either way. And when I reach that decision, I will make it public.
Okay, in case they give you the opportunity, what you will make difference? Because with online consultation, it look like you get knowledge of everything that happen.
Yes. If they give me the opportunity for be the flag bearer for the APC, one thing where I go do, by that I go take deliberate steps for unify first with party. Which I go make sure say every member of the party feel himself as a stakeholder in the party. I will make the party a real all people's Congress, not some people's Congress. I will reach out to everybody, the aggrieved, the happy, they're not too happy, for make we come back together and address those concerns. After that, or as I do that, I will also reach out to the other side, those Sierra Leoneans who are not APC, but some of them are active in politics, some are not active in politics. It's not a crime, but we have to try to make everybody embrace each other. Any political party will not able to get a national appeal in order to survive politically. So I will take deliberate steps for reach out to everybody all over the country, bring people together, make we get a common purpose, a common determination, a common desire for moving this country forward.
Doc, you make mention, say you will unify the party. You want to see currently there is no unity in the APC?
No, I'm not to say there is no unity.
Okay.
There are tensions, there are differences, and it's not strange. The only thing we're a bit unsettling that the high level of misinformation and disinformation, and that's not very helpful. It fuel a lot of acrimony unnecessarily, and I think so. We for learn as politicians for say the truth, and if we just learn for the say the truth, regardless how difficult it be for say the truth, I think so it could be helpful. Also, the idea about we politicians getting with surrogates for the go after we political opponents just because they don't agree with we on particular issues, or they not favor we on particular issues, is very, very bad. Because when you eventually get what they aspire for, you get to need these people. You get to need them for able to work together for move the process forward. So we have those tensions, and then of course we also get the rumor mill. Now we party, we also help the situation. Wherein today we are say this posse yourself one be flag bearer, when in reality this posse here they occupy certain position and therefore is supposed for be neutral and that stuff. But instead of one for a job to do this, and so it creates your own tensions. Or this posse here they support this person and don't ask this posse here for make it snap. Whatever the veracity or otherwise of those statements, in order help. Okay. It's unsettling.
So how does the Hamburg the APC currently for function as a vibrant opposition party?
It's unsettling. It creates some half-half tensions. It creates some half-half acrimony, some half-half divisions.
So whose role do they play as one senior figure on the party for make sure see some of them things there?
They engage with stakeholders across the board. For make we try to understand, say, hey, these types of things need to stop. And we need to come together. They speak truth to power. One good or bad thing about Richard Conte that I will always speak my mind. And I will always say the truth. Because at the end of the day, now that's they inform whether I get integrity or not. And the truth and
so Doc, you are saying a politician will get integrity?
Yes.
You want to show instance where prove saying you post will get integrity?
They don't try me, accuse me of all types of criminal or fraudulent accusations under APC, under SLPP, at least 4, 5, 6 times. I win all. Case after case, they find out, say, the accusations are false, no evidence against me. If it be only happen under APC, then they will say, they just arrange among them. But even under SLPP, where because I be engage them on issues over elections and other national issues, I still don't want them in my office. They call me, say that they can arrest me. I say, for what? They say, me $11 million. I say, how? That we've been Minister of Trade, they've been give the country grants, that money they identify. I say, I don't know how government they operate. And I feel say, they say in a minister, the way they give grants, they say, minister, I can't with suitcase, the local loaded the money for him, I can go. But I don't know how government they work. And I don't even know, say, the Minister of Trade, not to even open the account for the money, not even see them. Everything comes through the Ministry of Finance, they want to go to the Bank of Salon and all of that. And to make everything, any money commodity, there's a process. No, they can't hold me for, they lock me for 5 days for nothing. After 5 days, they investigate me for 3 years. After 3 years, they write report. They say the money in the Bank of Salon. You not even the money.
So I consider the interaction.
But this is the injustice, level of injustice within this country. That because you're not government, You get the liberty for whole person. You trample upon a liberty. You cause distress for your entire family and circle of friends and well-wishers, and you subject them to inhuman treatment. Because if you go na CID and sleep there for one night, you go know what it means for sleep na CID for one night. Aside for the don't self in all day, take you out of the comfort of your home, put you through all of these types of things. Only at the end of the day, after 3 years of putting you under pressure, they could not even charge you.
The government will ever apologize to you and get back to you?
They know they apologize.
You ever wish for them to apologize to you in instantly?
Well, ideally, yes. But for me, not the apology I need. Make them stop for do that. Make other person do that. And that is one of the reasons why I did into politics. I want for make sure say we build a Sierra Leone where everybody could be treated fairly, your human rights could be respected. We say you feel aggrieved, you can go to the police person for seek redress. You not go see this police could turn against you because in loyalty not only to the state but to the government, where you can go to the court for seek redress and you believe, you can take the government to court and believe say you will get justice.
Doc, you think say that's possible now this alone?
Very possible.
Under whose government?
Under a government led by Richard Conte.
The program
and waiting to make it possible, now because we go sure say anybody we find guilty of impinging upon the fundamental human rights and the justice of a Sierra Leonean go face the full force of the law. I think say, if we set a few examples, Solomon, I'm not afraid. We just need to set a few examples, and everybody knows say if you do it again, that's regardless of who that you be, regardless of your status. I think so when we get that discipline.
So it's possible to get a fair and just Sierra Leone under this government.
Under Richard Conte.
You think it's not possible for get a fair and just government under this a fair and just government?
For make you even talk about justice, make your own government be just first. Make your own government be legal first and legitimate. But if the legality of your very government is questionable, I will talk about justice. So this government cannot dispense justice because in themselves, the legitimacy is questionable.
Okay. The program we watch now, Voices at 7. We come to you live on Voices Online TV. And at the studio this morning, we get Dr. Richard Conte, winner, member of the All People's Congress, and the aspire for being leader of this country one day. The conversation, they continue. Yourself can be part of the conversation. Drop a question or comment or concern. Now, comment section on Facebook and YouTube. Doc, for a long time now, this country does the yearn for a voice when things not they go right. Why you as a politician, if you don't take the back seat?
I'll not take back seat.
Okay, well, what happen?
We party get a structure.
Okay.
And when the party call on me and give me a specific responsibility for carry out, I did do them to the best of my ability. You know, before you talk, you forget a locus for talk. Forget a right for talk. You know, and on those issues. So that is why when I be see in the past dispensation, I be always to go out and talk on behalf of the party. Now, I'm talking as Richard Conte. And I take responsibility with I talk as Richard Conte. Because I don't find out, say, it is becoming too much. And like you say, the silence is too much. And I believe, say, somebody has to speak out. And me believe, say, I owe to the people of this country for speak my mind on a range of issues, for enlighten people about these issues. Because, as I say, the level of disinformation and misinformation, it don't pass back. And sometimes I want to use my privileged position for say I know a bit about some of these issues for help bring clarity so that the average Sierra Leonean go understand with the issues where they are at stake for we all.
Let me talk about the democratic process in this country for the past 6 years since this government came into existence. From your own point of view, how you see the democratic process as a whole?
Nothing to write home about. It compromised, and they don't undermine democracy from the get-go. The 2018 elections in themselves were questionable, the outcome. But then, when that pass, the first by-election we will get now at Tonkolimba, you see how the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone take deliberate steps for undermine democracy. That's when it started. When I see 110, then try for undermine the elections. I remember where I go now, the collation center for the collation of the results. Now God, we be say, I be don't do my own collation before they go there. I go there, meet them, they put results there where they show say SLPP they lead. And those results where they put up, then they similar to what one of the ministers of SLPP we don't post on social media. Now just when I excuse me, but I say, hey, I don't look at the power. But when I no more say me, Richard Conte, I don't do my own collation, I get the results. Look at here. Now they begin ask me, hey, this center here, this station, what are the figures? Now I give them the figures. They ask me 5.
Give them all 5.
After I give them the all 5, what is me head now? The APC they lead. That's how we're able to win the elections. But there's a deliberate effort. We go to Kwedadugu. We see how in broad daylight, Damba, a senior staff of ECSL, he changed the figure, he had 100 for SLPP. For make it say SLPP win the election by 7 votes, when they're supposed to have lost the elections by 93 votes. You know, these types of things now clear efforts at undermining democracy. We see the elections where they don't allow APC, the opposition, for go into the southeast. They barricade the southeast. Even for hold ordinary meetings, even in your party office, they send the police for go scatter una. They tear gas una. We flag bearer don't even allow them for campaign for around the country. That is not what democracy is about. Democracy they provide an opportunity for make the people them get a free chance for elect the leadership where they deserve, where they want. And every 5 years in the country, they give the people that opportunity. So if you sure say you do well, you don't need to worry. I remember before the 2012 elections, and Skoloma say, you know worry because he believes he will win the 2012 elections. That make where we get Ebola and other national disasters where Mother Biokam, he take money, he give them. He make the right to all the policemen there, then give them security for make he go contribute. That is what should happen. Being in the opposition, not make you an enemy of the state. We all for be part of the governance structure. That is why even in parliament you get the government in power and the opposition, but they work together. Even on committees, you get the chairman, you get the ranking member. They have to work together. And until we get to the stage where we foresee the opposition as partner in the development of the country, the governance of the country will not go develop. And I think that those types of things, when I eventually take the decision and I run and I win.
Sure say they win?
Of course I win.
Why make you feel say they win?
Because I get a broad appeal to this country, because I believe, I get what it take for unite this country. I believe I get a very good track record of delivery from my days in academia, to my days in civil society, to my days in politics, and now even in private sector. I get that range of experience, nationally and internationally, where I believe, wherever I don't go, I get a track record of delivery, and therefore I believe, because of that, people will get confidence in me, and then believe, they will support me for make deliver this country.
Doc, you portray yourself as a unifier.
Yes.
Whose role you don't play? We'll come back to the APC, where you don't play as somebody who you consider yourself as a unifier, where you don't play like for settle the impasses, this afaf chamot, this small disgruntled business within the APC for unite the party.
I tell you, sir, they reach out to stakeholders.
Okay.
For try for make we understand the issues and encourage make we come together. I even be part of a small group of some stakeholders where they meet for try for see how would they reach out for bring peace, and a cross section of that small group, they don't even engage with the leadership of the party for try to understand those concerns, and that process is ongoing. You know, because it does not have to be Richard taking the lead, but I can work at in the background for support this process. And with every opportunity where I get for sit down with any APC stakeholder or any group of APC stakeholders, I also engage them on the need for peace. You know, because peace now an individual decision, not a collective decision. I remember where I've been there in civil society activism, and I've been lead the network on collaborative peace building in Sierra Leone, and we been engaged with the REF and the CDF even before the war they end from 2000 to 2002, where we go there with the REF Namakeni for over 1 week, and the other time we bring the CDF and Lungi we there with them there for a week. We engage and tell people to understand, say, when those battlefield commanders from both the RF and the CDF, when they take the individual decision and say, me, you do so another defense again, then all man will try for convince like one person, that person try for convince another person, it get a snowball effect, and it will be able to get the critical mass we need for bring about peace. And that, I believe, say, we also need inside we APC, and that's the approach to some of what they take. We engage people individually. When we take the individual decision and realize, say, the trajectory what they take is not helpful, but we get for take individual decisions for say, no, maybe the mix by this division. Yeah. No, I think I know better. Then you will convince the next person, and eventually we'll get the critical mass for come together. But I believe, say, at the end of the day, when we get the right leadership in the APC, some of these issues will be addressed.
So, what's the relationship with the big people in my APC?
Excellent. They get along very well. I get tremendous respect for them. And Usai are not agreeing with one issue or the other. I know they talk the person. When they go to NAC meetings, and when they invite me into the expanded NAC meetings, and they express my opinion. And thank God, they not challenge me when I can give them your own candid opinion on the issues, because they say that the truth. And I believe, say, now that we need as Sierra Leoneans. Whether you for hate, the person will tell you what you want for Eri. Even when you know say that the wrong thing they tell you, a bad person for you. But I will tell you what you don't want for Eri, but when are the truth, a good person for you.
Okay. So how critical be for the APC get peace for function? One, as an opposition party, we will put pressure on the government, positive pressure on the government. Two, for prepare themselves for the next election.
No, I mean peace, stability, unity, now the APC, now a precondition for retake power in 2028. Now a precondition. No other way, no other way we will get up. So the leadership for therefore take deliberate steps for ensure that, and sometimes in doing that, it gets from means sacrificing self. You know, we not believe in power inside APC. And nobody for in power inside APC. So it has to be me, not to me the world go on. The world not go for them. The world they go on, even after you. You know, and nobody will feel say indispensable. No, nobody. Richard KONTEH'S not indispensable. APC can do away with Richard KONTEH'S today, APC will exist. Richard KONTEH'S can die today, APC will exist. Anybody can decide for die today, APC will exist. And if we understand that, this world by a stage, we all they come and play with your own parts, and then we move on to eternity to go meet with God. We to go judge we now. It will be helpful so that when you get an opportunity for serve in any role, you will be very careful how you conduct yourself, because posterity will judge you.
Okay, I got one question here from one viewers where they ask, say, Doc, whose role you play during the election for support Samuel Kama, and if you get a good relationship at this moment?
Well, all man see what happened at Kenya at the convention. That notwithstanding, me are the first person we declare my support for Samuel Kamara.
Kenin?
I don't get any reason for pretend.
Okay.
Not when they feed me. Not nobody feed me. Now, my own decision. And this is something I said before the election, before the convention, that if I lose, I'll be the first to throw my weight behind him and support him. I mean, a man of my words. Anything I talk, I did one. And then after that, that evening, Then called me down in 2 days' time. I stayed in Makeda. I think Bina be the only major aspirant. Yes, contestant. We stay. I stay. I can't with an Afrito. And all man see me, in fact, my Jew, where they organize the crowd for receiver.
What about this last election?
That they talk about so.
Okay.
That they talk, this last election,
Okay.
they talk about.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm a part of the flag bearer aspirants. We come together and throw weight. Something will not ever happen. For make all the one day where they contest come together and say, would they support the leader? I was part of that structure. Now me, prepare the first structure for the campaign for Dr. Samura. I do a write-up. Then we all come together in a meeting. Now me chair the committees for refine that document till we get a final document for the campaign. After that, I continue for provide technical support to the campaign process, including the process for ensure say the representation, now the ECSL for ensure say we get the voters register, for ensure say we produce them, and for the first time ever in the history of APC, we produce the voters register and it reach to the districts 2 or 3 days before elections. It not ever happen in a long while in the APC. And I was part of the campaign. I even accompanied Dr. Samura to England, accompany Dr. Samura to some places. I take them in the Mio area. Understand? We go campaign day. We talk to people them for support them. And I even be involved initially part of the coalition exercise before they asked me for stop. So I was actively involved in the process because I believe, say, the people that don't choose Dr. Samura for the APC, and for me, the APC, they're above me. They're above everything else. And if the people have spoken, they therefore respect the will of the people. And so I gave my everything in support of Dr. Samura for ensure say win. Unfortunately, will not succeed.
Okay. We'll come back and continue the conversation. Let's go quick in Parliament. For make peace and stability in our country, all man gets role for play. Inside this interview with me, the Deputy Opposition Leader too for the APC, Honorable Aaron Aruna Kuroma, talks say the government need for be sincere where they implement some part of the recommendation them where they inside the National Peace Agreement. Make we take a look up this interview where we get this kind of conversation.
Well, we all see what happened in 2023. The national disgrace where the AMB's electoral management bodies then land into, but led by NEC, where my body was supposed for able for usher in credible, well or generally acceptable elections in 2023. We all see how much NEC, the very institution where we expect to therefore provide or conducting the credible elections, land into an election where nobody, not a single international body acclaim for being an acceptable, generally acceptable elections. For the very first time we conduct election in this country, where a foundation like a Qatar Foundation, where a global icons when it comes to election monitoring, totally discredit the process, the ECOWAS, AU, virtually all other bodies. And for the very first time they get a president, where the international community not ever make any official congratulatory message to her. That in itself a national disgrace. And we all see how maybe some other bodies will be, as I say, we're supposed to make sure so they uphold democracy. We see how the kind of suppression where even the police, we're supposed to be forced for good, we're supposed to be forced for support or for like provide service for all political parties. We see how much they are to support them. To the point when some of our supporters were killed in some parts of the country, or when some of our supporters' properties were destroyed in some parts of the country, when people in the go make statements, nothing has been done. There's not a single SFA possible wherever I say police don't go arrest, neither detain or even try because they employ any APC property. Okay, so there's every need so far for justice or for better reforms for me to save the soul of this country.
So how critical it be, like going forward, how critical it be for letting them do the right things them
so that with democracy, no go witness what it witness in 2023? Well, it critical because to me, what happens to apart from this being a national shame, to me, what happened now a threat to national security. Now a threat to national security. Because we imagine people don't suffer, people don't do everything with millions of people go vote, don't suffer, don't do everything, don't victimize them, don't go to all kinds of goals. Yet they vote for many people say they voice them for matter, for determine who that for rule them or who not for rule them. One great man will sit down in office and determine as to what he thinks the results for me. Yes, if I fail as a teacher, give me result. But this is not the very first day where I think say person fail exam, say person fail. I say, okay, but show me now my paper and I not give for him again. So to we think say it's not all about laws. It is about having people with moral standings. Because most of the law that we say not a law is set to use for rig the 2023 elections. Not just that we have people we fall short of morals, we fall short of national interest, we fall short of respect for the rule of law na the country. So I think say we need for make sure say we are committed into this as a party, we are committed as a nation and sincere into all of this. Make sure say we get some strong electoral reforms, we for make some compelling provisions or compelling decisions for make sure say waiting happen in 2020 not happen at any future elections, whether it's a rerun or any other future elections, waiting happens, not ban forever in this country. Nobody deserves short statements from an electoral institution.
We call for national unity, and if we not get electoral reforms, them this unity will still be threatened. How critical it be like for we get a national unity in terms of going forward, making progress in our democracy?
Well, to me, the call for national unity is largely determined by the sitting government. But we see the kind of pressure or provocation where this government push the opposition to, from holding COI without rules of evidence as stipulated in the Constitution. We see how much they harass with political leaders, whether they're in jail, whether they're in jail, whether they're this, in all of this. We see how much they use the Constitution, or sorry, they use the court as against section 38 of section 42 of the Constitution. We talk about how they will try, section 68 of the Constitution. We talk about how they try MPs them, how they petition them. When you go to the Constitution, very clear. They tell you say, yes, every MP where you want for determine the question as to whether he properly elected, you can go through the High Court. When you go through the High Court, all the trial for take just 4 months, never don't make a verdict. Then if any appeal happen, the person goes to appeal court for take another 4 months. So in other words, plus or minus 8 months if for take.
For remove an MP?
For even determine the case. It's not about removal. Okay. How much if for take for determine the case as to whether the person is properly elected or not properly elected. But we say a situation whereby the courts where we get determine the question of determination of the legibility of those MPs after 1 year of the case being filed to court. We're contrary to what the Constitution actually say. And the law very clear. When I say you not qualify, within the law tell you say now you don't need for call for. It's very clear now the Public Elections Act of 2012 then. But we see in a situation whereby they remove 10 of MPs, 10 of democratically elected MPs, and replace them with court MPs. All of those things are so written away, don't put so much scars into. So me, the instability, the turmoil, the kind of tension we have in the country, now I would say now government-induced tension. Now as a result of continuous oppression of members of opposition, where they also close the space to a point that virtually every sector is not spared, from the opposition to the civil society, from civil society to even auditors. Now we saw how auditors we have been sacked or removed illegally from office simply because they're there for audit the office of the president, even when they act within the dictate of section 119 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone.
Now they engage with the government for get a dialogue for CC una partake part the reforms. How serious the APC as a party being taken how serious the APC be for participating in this process for make sure see the things that will be happen not happen again when I do the right things. Then.
Well, when this Dr. Samuel Aron called for electoral justice. Mm-hmm. The justice way Dr. mean it goes a very long way. We get people where they don't born us for. We get people where they don't kill for. We get people where they don't harass. We get people still in jail and everything. I think say the APC don't manifest, don't demonstrate, say we let this country more than we self. And that is why in the aftermath of 2023 elections, we decided say instead of going at the street, or instead of all this country ransom where thousands of people will be killed, we sought to a dialogue. Where of course there are a lot of
that na been Honorable Aruna Aaron Kuruma, when na the deputy opposition leader na parliament, in a deputy opposition leader too na parliament for the All People's Congress. But they talk to me about what you think about the peace agreement at the country and what's happen currently in the country. The program will watch our Voices at 7 we come to live on Voices Online TV, on Facebook and on YouTube. Yourself can be part of the program. Continue for dropping a message in our comment section on Facebook and YouTube. And we still get Dr. Richard Content at the studio. The conversation they continue with Doc. And Doc, we don't see currently the MCC compact. This government don't sign them. And you know, of course, we get vast knowledge about this compact, how it operates. So what do you think first about this whole process?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Sierra Leone for where we don't get this compact. Only the hope and pray. Say the conditions precedent for the disbursement of funds could be met.
Okay.
And that, according to the American ambassador, include issues of justice, where they need for address, and then issues of accountability for the people there where bear greatest responsibility for the anomalies will take place in the 2023 elections, and issues around the full implementation of the recommendations from both the Agreement for National Unity and the tripartite recommendations. So those are conditions precedent. But I think as a country, we get to congratulate ourselves and we say thank God for that. And if you listen to the American ambassador, he also states the work of successive governments.
That you know missing a one government.
Not one government.
So you be on the part of the last
Maybe don't be part of the
administration
process, and even the current head of the MCC Nami, the employer, and as my benchmarking coordinator. And during that period, we be serve as the benchmarking coordinator, will be meet all the criteria. The threshold criteria will be passed over 10. In fact, will be pass about 12 of the criteria. The only thorny criterion we will be get at the time now being the corruption indicator, were very critical for the MCC. And the reason why we've been fail on that indicator, not because we believe say it be too subjective. The interpretation of the waiting a pass, it be too subjective. So I've been going for going to Washington and go sit down with the leadership of the MCC, and we agree on 4 indicators. We objectively verify. Because I tell them, say, corruption is a very subjective criterion. Waiting what they call corruption for we not to corruption. Waiting we they call corruption for we not to corruption. Say, for example, what they call lobbying. Say for we not corruption. The waiting we they call Bora, we they go to chief, you give cola. We they call that corruption for we not to corruption. It's part of our culture. I say plus the fact that politics they also come into play in terms of how people in the right interpret happenings in the country. And we get a situation where in the opposition then was very active in civil society, active in the media, in disparaging the government and creating all sorts of false narratives about what they happen at the country. And so if you base your decision on those things, you might have wrong conclusions. So they agree with me. And so we agreed on those 4 things. We include the setting up of the pay no bribe campaign, setting up of the access to information commission, etc., etc. There are 4 things. And we came back, and in 6 months, we were able to meet those criteria. And, well, the day we have to go back to America for go conclude, and let we get the pass and move towards the signing of the compact, and they sack me from the government. That is history. But a few weeks ago, I've been listening to my big brother, Alpha Khan, where they misrepresent what happened. And they try to mislead the public. And he get to mention me, and in very derogatory terms. I just want to throw light.
Go ahead.
According to India Alpha Khan, he say when they start this process in 2008, thereabout, now he be in charge. Me take up the responsibility in 2013. So literally what he was saying is that in 5 years he's not able to do nothing. That's what he was actually saying. That then Gian will lead the process from 2008 to 2013, able to do nothing. And if they expect say they for continue for left and day, for make it continue for fail. So because then change them, then give the issue to responsibility to Richard KONTEH, it became an issue for him. And not be ever know. The reason I say another it comes as a surprise to me. Now because Ayeri is say when they appoint me, the first thing we are doing for go America, which is again wrong. Now I do understand why in 5 years it never pass. You know, because you never understand within the MCC. When I take over, the MCC very clear on the structures we for put in place and waiting for happen. And one of the things we that we say we for ensure that it is apolitical. That is why, for example, much against the wishes of many, even in my party at the time, we appoint somebody, well not to APC, as a director of the MCC at the time, in the person of Mahmoud Idris. It was not APC, but have been believed, say, he get the capacity, like Sierra Leonean, and I wanted results. And for me, when we are looking out for the right people, political party affiliation not for be the most dominant requirement. Yes, if we so we gave it to Mahmoud Idris and we cross one of the boxes for the MCC. The next thing we Alpha Khan know now that after we don't set up the structure, we don't go through the internal consultations, starting from the government right round to the various ministries where they give information for ensure say we continue for pass the criteria. After the set up all of those structures, the MCC say the money we then get for give now American government money. American government taxpayers their money. So therefore Sierra Leoneans living in America for be brought up to speed with the process because their money get for the inside there. So therefore they ask we for make we send a delegation to America for go and meet with Sierra Leoneans in America regardless of their political persuasions. That is what necessitated the trip to America about 6 to 8 months after we don't start the work. The interesting thing is, when we don't set up the trip, who came to me begging for be part of the trip now, Alpha Khan?
You wanted to be part of the trip?
Yes, Richard, you know, I want to be part of this trip so that when we go now, when you go for going to America, by then meeting there, so now me go to introduce you. Can you imagine? A full minister, he reduced himself to accompany me to America only for go introduce me. Of course, I tell her, say, I don't get that power there for put you on my team just for go introduce. I say, I don't believe, say, that are the best way for you use your money. I say, however, go to the president. If in wisdom, if he'll say you will add value to the trip, fine. I say, me no get any objection. So he went to the president. He came back with an executive approval, whether not true now or not true, whether how he gets that document, I don't know.
You know cross-check with the president?
I did not. He had for cross-check with president. We don't see his signature. He had for do. So I did not, because it will appear as if you question the decision of the president, and it can be insubordination. So I did not. I just accept the document on face value.
Transparent and be accountable.
No.
Respectfully.
No. the processing of we documents get for go through stages. Those stages then go do the cross-checking. May not to be the disbursed money. Understand that? Me just the forward documents. So I forwarded the documents. And we all supposed for travel together. Alpha cannot show up. We took off. Wherever he went to or did not go to, I don't know. Alpha Khan arrived in America, in Boston, the day when they left Boston for turn back Salon. He wasted the country money. So I find that strange that such a person, knowing that background, will even get the audacity. And you understand where they don't give you a job, and you want to keep your job, you feel say the only way we
you want to Alpha Khan try for use you.
No. Well, say use himself. You know, where they don't get this small job for keeping job, if you say you get for say something derogatory. And the only crime where I commit when necessitate that talking from Alpha Khan. Now because I've been tweet after that first release, I say it be appear as if the US government been the reward bad behavior. And I still stand by that. Now make immediately after I tweet, the American ambassador come and provide clarification for say the approval not absolute, that there are conditions precedent. The first approval not been get those conditions precedent. So maybe
because you use this, you think that because you use this concept.
Maybe it contribute. And if you see this current approval now, even from the Congress, it come with conditions precedent. Because I not believe, say, the US government for simply dispense of the legitimate concerns of the opposition, where as regards this government and the way they conduct themselves. Me, however, no say the US government know what makes Sierra Leoneans generally be deprived of this money because of the bad behavior of the government. That is why they are approving the grant, because the money not they come to the government, they come to Sierra Leone. And I'm glad that even in the disbursement, they don't give them to government too. They give the money direct to contractors because they don't believe this government will manage the money well. So
but they sign contracts with them.
Huh?
They don't believe the government, but they sign contracts with them.
No. There's a contract with Sierra Leone. You just have to say that they represent Sierra Leone. So, but when they get for begin award the various contracts for the implementation of specific activities, the statements say they will pay directly to the contractors. They already pass the money through government because they don't trust them. So, which is fine. You know, let Sierra Leoneans benefit. I would pray say, and it will happen. And even those priority areas, now during my time, now we select those priority areas.
Which one? The energy
and water. Okay. You know, if the money be enough for cover water.
You play role in all this.
Oh yes.
So if you want to take part
because no, it's not about taking glory. It's about Sierra Leoneans benefiting. Remember, for make you get the MCC, it is not about passing or meeting the criteria in 1 year. It's about meeting the criteria continuously for a number of years. So everybody will not be part of the process for don't contribute. But the winner, that's Sierra Leone.
Okay.
And therefore we get for congratulate Sierra Leone. I also want to congratulate my staff and they, Goroma, where the director, for the leadership we provide in this process. I'm not surprised because when I be making the benchmarking coordinator, I see the significant improvement we will be making in terms of meeting the deadline. You know, and then they say I get a track record. When I've been chief of staff, when I take over, I'll be also get a situation wherein Sierra Leone they be don't suspend we from the EITI, the Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative. They will not suspend we. In less than 1 year, again working with my team, we will meet all the criteria and then readmit we to the EITI. And then they get a lot of advantages in terms of we profile in the international community, in the mining sector, and we level of transparency and accountability, etc., etc. So I have a track record of delivery. I have a track record of performance. So I can understand Alpha Khan It feel a small way, then take over the responsibility for them. But
so in a whole, how you feel, but in statement you make, you feel hot?
No, you're unfortunate. No, I don't feel hot. It's just unfortunate that big man like Inky decide not to be very benevolent to the truth.
Why you not be take phone for column for tell her you mind?
No. I wish Inside do the same. I just ignore him. In the way you bring up the issue now today, I can just take advantage of just clarify the issue, make the public where he been talked to, make themselves understand the truth. Because it's not about him, because he knows the truth and refuse for respect her. Now for the people the way they misinform, if you watch in TV appearances, in a part of the misinformation and disinformation agenda of this government, we're really unfortunate because I believe, say, as a professional, as an intellectual like him, a government will just serve at the highest level for 10 years plus a few months. If you're in a process of integrity, not to you, go come back and begin disparaging. Because when you do that, you're actually saying that you with the talk, not get integrity.
Okay, Doc, continue for the two in the studio. The program they continue and they look at another issue. And we'll go now the MCC states. According to the National Coordinator of Sierra Leone Compact Development Unit, Salon don't gain a position for attract more foreign investors them because the country don't sign the MCC Compact Energy Agreement. I be then at the Ministry of Information and Civic Education a weekly press briefing and I be put this report together.
September 27, the Salon government and the Millennium Challenge Corporation (MCC) be signed the $480 million United States energy compact. According to the experts, this compact will help improve the country energy supply and infrastructure and make sure plenty people get access to light. The project will also support development projects where will benefit the whole country. According to the National Coordinator of Sierra Leone Compact Development Unit, Ndei Fatukoma, because Salon signed the MCC Compact, the country then a position for attract more foreign investors them.
Part of why the government of Salon happy for this compact, now because it attracts other kind of investments. Not to all man MCC they work with. You get for meet selection criteria, and Salon don't do that. It's on a few serious countries that now MCC they give this kind of money. So when they don't give this kind of money, other development agencies, private sector, they say, well, this is a country where we able to work with. So step one, the minute where you say you know MCC country, where they implement compacts, you they begin to see other development partners in the kind of your country. You they begin to see private sector interest they increase in your country. This is not all the things that will boost the economy.
Madam Koma continue for say, now about 4 million Salon people could benefit from this project.
And the compact, as designed, will impact over 4.6 million Sierra Leoneans. Some aspects of the implementation therefore affect almost all of the regions then, na Salon. So this na compact will get wide geographic spread, where if we implement it correctly, will really provide a platform for the improvement of power na Salon. So let me firstly appreciate and understand say this compact now for we all. And this compact therefore touch all sides in this country. And this compact therefore touch many people and how they experience electricity in Salon.
Where they talk, the Minister of State of the Vice President's Office, Manti Tawali, talk about how the government in Feed Salon agenda could benefit from this project. He said the Feed Salon not able for prosper if energy not there.
But Feed Salon not able for be really prosperous if energy not there. If the added value not there inside, irrigation, storage, all the added value for turning into something else, if that electricity not there inside, will not be able for really enjoy the Feed Salon the way we want to enjoy it. So the energy kind of salon, the electricity kind of salon, are for everybody. Now for we all come together for let it make the country go before. Because when the energy day, but putting the benefits we as Sierra Leoneans.
Madam Mantitali continue for talk say the government will continue for deliver on the scorecard so that the country will get opportunity for get other MCC compacts.
And I want to say that we dey continue for really deliver on that scorecard day. Not because we don't get her, we don't stop. We dey continue for deliver on that scorecard day so that we can be eligible for even another compact. Because it's possible. So with that culture, they don't dey per we now. And so now we dey continue now for really go on the scorecard. Every ministry, we dey continue for doing how they implement this. We still dey continue that day so that we go not only will meet we not go only just meet the requirements that's for this compact, but we can also make we eligible for another compact.
Where they talk, William Saud Lamin, now the executive director for accountability now, Sierra Leone, talk about how it go like foresee sustainability by this electricity project.
They don't tell that this country we will do post-pay for electricity. Electricity go bad and bad. We say if they count prepay, we'll not go in a dark again. Maybe the 2-3 months will begin their lights. People they two line from electricity bill, they go beyond Liverpool Street and then a line for pay for electricity. When you pay, when you gonna host light, they come for 5 minutes, the lights go. You get money that you meter, it's a human rights issue. I know we don't spend the money, what we go use for that thing. I spend on light. They take the money, they are sleeping like that. It's totally wrong. So this time around, we want to see sustainability. For say this MCC business in all water.
All this then be talk inside the government's weekly press conference where the Minister of Information and Civic Education can organize. For Voices Online TV, Mina Arnold, Felix Elba.
Well, that night report we have put together outside the government be able to tell the people about the MCC compact we then just signed. The program will watch now Voices at 7, and the program they continue and still get Dr. Richard Conte, where people they call the Unifier at the studio, and we try to wrap up this conversation. Now, Doc, you get people who they ask about your plans them for the grassroots, for unify them, and for if APC give you the chance for lead the party, wouldn't you plan them for the country? Like if the economy, the things that happen, the economy, cost of living, if that things that more fixable.
Yes, they're fixable, and they're simple steps.
Tell me.
We need for first of all, managing the economy. Now, a revenue and expenditure issue. How much you they bring in, how much you they spend. So if you they spend more than waiting you they bring in, no problem. As it happen now with this government. They spend more than what they bring in. No problem. And why they're not able to bring in resources? Now because they drive away investors, they make the country no longer ripe for investors. And when you take away the investors, you take away the jobs, and they make the country insecure. 2, they increase taxes, increase all the rates and levies across the board, from toll to license fees to vehicle licenses to you name it, every sector they increase taxes at the port, etc., etc. They even in the Finance Act for 2024 even try to introduce other taxes we don't even implement it. We go for kind side. We go just shoot at even with airport, like the most expensive airport in Africa, and if not the world for land. And all of those things they affect the number of flights with the kind side with country, and that they get your effect on the economy. So we get serious challenges with revenue streams where they come. And of course, as I always say, when you increase taxes, then the taxpayer they find 1,001 ways not for pay. And in the process, the tax collector and the profit. So now that they happen now. The tax collectors they become filthy rich, the government they starve. The other part, but the expenditure side. And one way they don't mismanage the expenditure of this country. Now, when they be decline of power, they talk say they're not going to do any domestic borrowing. Now, the level of domestic borrowing, it don't go to the roof. Highest ever in the state of Sierra Leone. When they come to power, they find out, say, remember the bank governor in 2018, they talk, say, Salon government or APC being left over $500 million in reserves. That was the reserves we been there for this country for over 6 months of imports. At the time they be left. Not it at all. Now the reserves were they less than 2 months, which means that a distressed economy within too. So very, very bad. They don't also raise the wage bill. Now we will be left with it at about 160 billion per month. Now it's over 400 billion.
The wage bill.
Billions, wage bill. And rising. Because every day that they give new jobs to them, fumble them, to their cronies for exorbitant salaries. Because for them it's just payback. Just they create open, just they create embassies without realizing the implications. They also just they increase the travel costs. When I know now, what cool. He always they travel. He always they in the air, private jets. He they go up and down. He they even pay for back they invite them to events for go talk.
So how all is the impact
Not money
and the cost of living?
Not money the cost. And so all the because the stress that make the country now it at a very critical stage. You know, the stress. There are simple things where this government is supposed to do. First of all, control expenditure, improve revenue. And there are simple ways we can improve revenue. One, you can pass some laws. You don't need money. First of all, when APC come back in power, we go reduce taxes across the board. You may not believe, say, increasing taxes, they increase revenue. I don't believe in that. I believe you go for lower the taxes and broaden the tax base and bring people from the informal sector into the formal sector and encourage them for life, get to the culture of paying taxes. You'll make more money from that. That is one. Two, we go ensure, say, we reduce, therefore, the cost of importing goods at the port. We included GST. We currently, GST when an end-use tax, then they collect them at the port, and then at every point of sale, they collect them back. So by the time the end user buy the commodity, they don't pay over 45% or 30 to 45% of GST. All of those things, they increase the cost. But when you reduce taxes across the board, reduce cost of importation, make GST they pay only once, understand it? It will invariably reduce the cost of the commodities, and that benefit could be translated to the consumer. When you also reduce the taxes, then even the disposable income for the average individual, they increase. Your salary will increase without even between the salary increase. Just reducing the taxes, it will reduce increase your net income. And then when the net income increases, and at the same time the cost of goods reduce, it get add advantage. So we go do that. We will also ensure, say, every business investor in this country, currently, when they want for good procurement, whether they the bulk of the money they go for the investors they are. They know they originate the investments locally through commercial banks. Then they use their banks abroad. Now from there, then they pay. From there, they originate transactions. So we banks know they really benefit much from these transactions, from all of these investments. Know they get the desired benefit. So we will ensure that we make it a law that all of these investors want the money for come into this country, and then when you want for do your procurement, you for originator from in country. So the banks will benefit, so the economy will benefit. So even the issue about the shortage of dollar, we couldn't deal with that because there'll be liquidity in the system. Three, we export a lot of minerals. But unfortunately, one, they export bulk, so they say that they export iron ore, but in that way that they export, there are other minerals. We will not get a scientific means for able to know exactly what in the inside, what in the value, and therefore they will pay the appropriate royalties and related taxes. So we could therefore introduce an export inspection regime. We will allow we for able know exactly what in the inside, what are the value, and people pay the appropriate taxes. But more importantly, we will put in place a system for value addition. We will make a mandatory that they export anything raw.
Okay.
Therefore add value.
Doc Bob Sintonka, they ask you, as a former teacher and lecturer, what are your plans for education in Sierra Leone if you get the opportunity for lead the APC?
My plan for education now for make education accessible, affordable to every Sierra Leonean across the board, and for make sure say they are the highest level of quality. They talk currently about free quality education, but waiting will get lack quality, and it's not also free. And the worst thing that happen to the educational system now, we even with public exams, not getting the value again.
What do you mean?
The so-called WAS exams, Becker exam, because when the results they come out, the same people they get results for subjects they don't even take. Understand? You see, picking that they pass WAS with A1. When they go to university, the very first exam, they don't able to pass. Even the entrance exam, they don't able to pass. So you see, say the quality of education don't drop. They also say when they talk about 6334, they talk about one shift system. They not build one classroom. How school we don't get two shifts? Now you say they forget one shift. You not add new classrooms.
But this government, according to the secretariat from the free quality education, say they don't build more classrooms. Even the president talk
no, that is but they show inside the villa.
They say that the provinces don't build more.
The school not the free.
One example of it on the St. Joseph Convent.
Oh.
They do additional blocks.
Oh, yes. Out of over 500 schools in Freetown, they build one classroom at St. Joseph. That means they don't do free quality education. Judge for yourself. Go up country. Go Bo. Go Kenema. Go McKinney. Let them show you. We see, sometimes for the probe, then people they can talk small. So show me which side. And when they tell you, say, inside Freetown, like St. Joseph no more. Hey, Bo. No one at school. You see, sometimes we get for accept with limitations. So we go ensure, say, when we say free quality education, we go improve upon the teaching, learning environment. We include the infrastructure. We will ensure, say, the teachers are well remunerated, disciplined, and held accountable. We will ensure, say, the curriculum is relevant to we needs. And we will ensure, say, when we say 6334, all the things that we go to Ghana, every secondary school gets agricultural, they get tractors, they get other equipment for the agricultural department, the woodwork department, the engineering department. Because if you look at the subjects that they offer, the JSS, electronics, those funny things, it means the people forget some practical experience. The whole idea that for the people that we maybe get gift in those technical fields, but maybe not get too much of the session. Then when they finish that level, they don't get the experience, then they can graduate into the polytechnics. We'll go get real polytechnics who will do these trainings. It's not happening. But more importantly, when APC come back in power, we go improve upon how we be left. During APC time, every student, the whole country, where they get admission into a public university, they get at least 75% of the fees paid by government, all in public universities. In addition to that, under Ernest Koroma in APC, we be the ensure say we give granting aid to deserving students, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your region, regardless of your political affiliation. 3, under Ernest Koroma in APC, we be the give scholarships to all, granting aid to all female students who they go university for study the sciences. 4, under an escrollment in APC, we will give granting aid to all physically challenged students who they go university. So what we could do when we come back, we could go beyond that, and we go ensure so we set up a loan scheme.
We now get a student loan scheme.
Show me one student we don't go take her. We don't go collect.
Let's say student in this.
Show me one.
I will find one. I will bring.
Find one. No, bring. I can't show. And say in this we don't do it. So tell them picking there, because I not see any other picking outside them picking there. Would they do? You see, when you say you are implementing of these things, let it be open and transparent. Let me know how I can access these things. We are going to ensure that it is open, it is transparent. People will be bonded, and every Sierra Leonean, regardless of a political persuasion, not for drop out of a public institution again at this country university because in parents or in wards now will pay in fees. We will make that facility available through the banks. Government will put money into the banks, and you can go there and access the funds, and the process for access those funds will be transparent, will be advertised.
Doc, you get one thing at this government, if una party can power, we then go continue it. Like one single thing, we like this government don't do. If APC can power in the next election, una go continue.
Government is continuous.
You get one will be identified.
The term free quality education, we will make it actual. Because we believe in free quality education. Feeds alone, we will make a reality. Because we believe, say, every Sierra Leonean not for go to bed hungry.
So you want to say that not a reality currently?
Show me how much less they don't bring. They don't produce. Show me.
Doc, now you ask you.
We're not the same. Not the not the. Now we're talking no more. We not the same. You not see the rest. So, and thank God this yourself. They don't give the water bad name. The water will touch the bad name. So the water can destroy the rest. Understand? They don't go for Komoto. They don't need for 6 years. We not see harvest. They only harvest.
November we get the first harvest.
They will get you say the rain be don't destroy the rest. I promise you. If you not be, call me back.
So as we wrap up now, what you go left to Sierra Leoneans
at
this current state of
Sierra Leone, will not give up. This is now a blessed country. God don't endow this country with huge resources. We get, if I know that they discover mineral deposits almost everywhere in this country. You know, the aeromagnetic survey don't show that, and then they don't do the necessary analysis, and we get huge reserves. We need for doing and for put in place the appropriate law legislations for ensure say those resources then benefit this country. This country is endowed with human capital, good people, intelligent people, smart people. We get for make sure say every Sierra Leonean therefore allow for able to actualize and fullest potentials. 3, we get for make by this country the rule of law for be respected. But one day we get the responsibility also for enforcer, for also the above board, and the loyalty for be to the state and not to the individual. We for also ensure say every Sierra Leonean we want for seek redress able to do. Every Sierra Leonean, anything where you choose for do at this country, if you have to do farming, you have to do trading, you have for land book, anything you have to do, you have to go to industrialization. The infrastructure for that will be created, the atmosphere, the space will be created for you for actualize your potentials. We get for make we all see each other as brothers and sisters, and we all live together as one body of Sierra Leoneans, determined for make a difference for we all. And I believe so God being will help her, we will achieve that when the APC come back to power.
You believe the APC come back to power?
Sure.
Why make you believe so?
Because the APC go elect Dr. Richard KONTEH'S as their flag bearer, and you go win the elections, APC will come back to power.
Okay, Doc, I want to tell you plenty. Thank you for taking time for joining me this morning now this program, Voices at 7.
Thank you very much, Elba.
Well, now I had the program Voices at 7 go left you for today. I want to tell you, una will take una time for watch the program. Thank you to the entire production team, to Raphael Mara, to Almami Conte, to Med Brown, and the entire production team, to my executive producer Fatima Sisi, will taking time for produce this program. Till we meet again for another edition of Voices at 7. Me na Arnold Felix. But don't forget for join me at 9 for we news and current for we news. We will meet you. Fresh news we will meet you at 9. Continue for like, share and comment our programs them. One for tell you thank you for the effort on the show for watch we every morning. Till we meet again tomorrow morning for fresh edition of this program. One for say bye bye.
Welcome to Voices Online TV, your trusted source for the latest news and developments in Sierra Leone. Today, we embark on a groundbreaking journey into the arts of our nation's digital evolution. In a world where information flows seamlessly through screens and keyboards, new media has become a powerful force shaping our society and driving progress. From the energetic bloggers who bring fresh perspective to social media, influencers who amplify voices and stories, Sierra Leone's digital landscape is alive with innovation and engagement. In our new program, New Media Contribution to Development in Sierra Leone, we explore how these digital pioneers are transforming our nation. Join us as we dive into the world of online content creators and media innovators, discovering how their efforts are fostering growth, education, and empowerment across Sierra Leone. Tune in as we spotlight the voices behind the screens, unveil the impact of new media on our development journey. This is New Media Contribution to Development in Sierra Leone, only on Voices Online TV. Voices.
Your trusted